Howdy everyone, this is Grakef. We've got two missions today for the video. And first off, we're going to be flying the Phantom 1. And we need to fly this craft up to 2,500 meters. And then come land back on the runway. We're going to activate navigation for that, because we're going to need that when we come back this way. So here we go, up for the climb. We'll begin our ascent up to 2,500 meters. Alright, there we go. So we'll go ahead and start descending, as well as begin our turn just a little bit here. Had a little bit of difficulty. I'm just not great at landing the aircrafts, especially with FAR. Also, one of the bigger issues I keep running into is the front wheel likes to stick for some reason. So it'll stick into the ground, and then either the plane will go head over heels, or it'll nose down. So it's been creating some issues for me in landing this. But I think we got it. This time I'm far enough out, I think. I don't have a lot of speed, so I'm not going to have to S-curve a lot. I've got some chutes as backups here, so if we end up going over the top, we'll just pull the chutes, and that'll kill a lot of speed as well. So coming in nice and slow. Plane's still responding well, so we still got plenty of lift. Go ahead and lower gear. Just a little bit off the runway, but I think we'll be okay. Oop, camera jump around there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little too fast for the chutes. There goes the chutes. Okay, come on down in. Oh, all the cables. Alright, we did her. On the ground. Hit the brakes. And come to a stop. Cool. So that was that one. So the ScanSAT's going to be pretty easy. We'll go ahead and get that built. We'll just do a standard probe on that. Add a whole bunch of solar panels. And shoot that off. And we'll be aiming for about 300-degree apoapse. And we're going to go into a polar orbit for that one as well. Sun synchronous polar. Alright, so we're in the VAB. We're going to throw something together here so that we can go ahead and do that. So start off with our probe core, and we'll go down to our science here and grab us a radar altimeter sensor. Yeah, I'm not sure how to say that exactly. But yeah. So, oh, that was balanced on the one side, but not balanced on that side at all. It's not showing any torque for me. Oh, we'll see how unbalanced it is here in just a second. So let's grab us fuel tank. I don't think I have the procedural fuel tanks. Got the fairings. Oh yeah, I do. Cool. See if... Yes! Polygons! So we can make one that's the 6.25 polygon. There we go. That's kind of cool. Matches up pretty well with our... let's see, let's make that satellite gold. There we go, satellite gold foil. That looks really nice. And go ahead and throw a little spark engine. I think that's all we need. Come on. Yeah, that's way... Let's go by mass here. Maybe we got something a little smaller. Got the ant. That's a good little engine. The spark has 320. Yeah, they're about the same. Let's see what the ant's got, because we don't need a whole lot. Oh, wow. Ant's really small. We can also make this smaller. All we need is enough to adjust it after everything is set. And the ant's just that much too small. And downside to the spark and to most of these small engines is they don't have a generator, which is fine, because we're going to load this guy up with solar panels. And also we probably should add a battery as well. So let's put a battery in here between our... We should be able to make the same polygon battery. We'll make it shorter, but we'll make it the 6.25, and that'll give us, should be more than, yeah, 152. Let's see, it's 297, like that. We'll make that the same gold there, so it kind of matches up. Cool. So that gets us a battery, and I thought I'd unlock solar panels. No biggie. We do have fuel cells. Oh, I got the little itty bitty ones. Okay. So I'll angle those up just a little bit. Do something like that. Take those. Ooh. Come down on this end. Tilt them the other way. There we go. Cool. So hopefully between the fuel cells, the battery bank, and everything, we have enough to keep the science going and all that. So, okay, let's grab us a stack separator. I think we got a nice little 625 stack separator. Let's actually do this. Well, yeah, we'll go like this, stack separator, and then we'll go to our payloads. And yeah, here's our payload adapter. So we can go like that and go from 625 down to 1.25. And that works out really well. And then we'll go ahead and get our fuel tanks here. I think, if I remember right, these fuel tanks are not as big as the... Yeah. I think the... Wrong one, engine fuel tanks. Yeah, we actually have the big 2.5 engines available. No, that won't get any bigger, so we won't use that tank. Let's go ahead though, and we'll use this one. Yeah, that's a smaller tank. This carbonite fuel, this one right here. There we go. And then one down here. Change it back to 2.5. There we go. And engine. I'm a big fan of the Maverick. It's quite the workhorse. But the Wildcat's probably all we need for this from KW Rocketry. Come on. Okay, so that should be, we actually have a little bit more room on that engine. So just to give us a bit of a buffer here, we'll grab half a tank. Grab some fairings. Alright, there we go. So there is our, our ScanSAT rocket, ready to go up and deliver it up to Kerbin. Give us a launch clamp. And cool. Alright. Call this ScanSAT Kerbin. Very original, I know. Say, launch that. Like I say, we're going to go, hopefully it'll be during the day. If not, we'll fast forward to the daytime, and we'll go polar and we'll go sun synchronous. And that should help us with solar power. We shouldn't need to use our fuel cells too much, but we'll have that available. Because after we synchronize, we won't need that fuel. So gravity turn here. We're going to put in for our inclination. We'll shoot for roughly 85 to start with. We can adjust that once we get up there. And first launch. Off we go. Alright, I will join you back as we get into orbit. Alright, we're back. So we're starting on the circularization here. So it's just lining up to warp to circularization. And maybe. Alright, we'll go ahead and help it along. Sometimes mech jab and gravity turn don't fire off. They get lined up and then they never kickstart the fast forward. Alright, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. There it goes. And should be circularized. Alright. Let's go ahead and as soon as it finishes up here, we'll lose that bottom stage. Alright, and we're off to our satellite in pitch black. That didn't work out well. Didn't quite get the sun synchronous part of the sun synchronous. That's okay. I'm not gonna sweat it. Like I say, we got those fuel cells. Let's go ahead and start the radar, and we'll bring up our map here. Alright, so we want to look at our pattern right here, and actually we ended up with a pretty good pattern. But just for the sake to show you, we'll go ahead and fire up our engine here, and we'll line up prograde, and we'll just give it just the tiniest of bumps. And you notice how that pattern changed right there. And you want to make sure. Okay, notice how we're starting to get little gaps in there. That's going to cause a problem, and they're also really tight together. But on the other hand, we had a lot of overlap the other way. So if we bump it just the other way, just a teeniest bit, and this is even easier if you have RCS thrusters, and you can just kind of hit H and N and just tune it in. And that's just a little bit of overlap there, but that looks pretty good. Looks like we're going to get pretty good coverage, and should be good to go. So Looks like everything is fine, so we'll fast forward here. Oh, do want to check on, I didn't check our power consumption. We'll go ahead and start our fuel cells. They'll help us out on the far side anyways. Looks like we're doing pretty good for electrical. Yeah, and then it goes right to full when as soon as we hit the sun side. So let's go around. Just see how far we dip down. Yeah, not dipping down very far at all. Okay. And so we're 21%, the 75% needed. I'll just go ahead and make that somewhat, I think it's, yeah, radial minus there, so it's pointing down. And we'll go back to the Space Center, and we'll come back to that in a little bit, and it should be all done. So that's it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoy that. I did make a little bit of changes from the build. I had to add a stabilizer as well as added some boosters there just to help out just a little bit. But that was basically the rocket, and we've got to fly the Phantom 1. Super excited for the Breaking Ground. I'm recording this on May 29th. Be 2 weeks after, so hopefully everybody's enjoying that expansion and having a lot of fun with it. I know I will be. I'll probably do a special edition episode for it. I'm not going to do a series on it. I'll wait for the mods to catch up and everything else, because I think with the new sciencey stuff, the long-term experiments, as well as the ground science, there's going to be a lot of things that crop up from that as far as mods. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Probes Before Cruise. That's going to be on Mondays. Wednesdays is Sky Factory 4, and we will be doing Real Progression 1.61. By the time you see this episode, it'll probably be out. I am very close to being caught up to where I was before, and it's going really well. So, as always, this is Grakef. Have a great day.